welcome student to the next class of our complex analysis. So, in the previous class we started a very important concept of complex analysis which is called the analytic function. Analytic function is some function fz, as I mentioned last day, that it should have a derivative at some point say z0 and also in some neighborhood of z0 like this. Now, fz can be such a function. We also give some example like e to the power z. This is a well-behaved function and this function should have a derivative in the entire range with the restriction that z should be less than infinity. In this kind of case, the function is called, for this kind of case the function is called the entire function. Entire function. Apart from that, there are few functions are there which should have some kind of singularity that I would like to cover maybe in this class, if it is not possible in the next class. But for the timing, you should note that this entire function are well-behaved function and it just follow if I do the derivative, for example, in this case the result will be simply e to the power z, exactly like real function. And this all well-behaved function and the normal polynomial functions like z square, zn are following the same rule. So, let me just give you these things. Say if it is z to the power n, for example, d of f dz is n z to the power n minus 1, as usual, the rule is as usual. Now, the next thing is that for these analytic functions, they should obey if the function is represented as u and v, both are function of x and y. This is the standard form. Then ux is equal to vy and vx is equal to minus of uy. These two equations simultaneously satisfied if the function is analytic, and also these two functions should be, this 4 quantity ux, uy, vx, vy has to be continuous in some domain over x. This is a sufficient condition. Let me now give you few more examples to, so that you can understand exactly what is the meaning of these things. Examples. Say fz is x square plus I 3y cube or just 3y cube. Is this function is analytic? X square plus iy cube. Now, the standard procedure to find a function is analytic or not. So, here u is x square and v is y square. This kind of example also in the last class we did, but let me do it once again. So, ux is 2y and vy is 3y square. This is one equation. Second equation is uy is 0 and vx is 0, because u is not a function, explicit function of y, so as v is also not an explicit function of x. So, that is why these things are same, 0 and 0. So, that means I can write that if I try to find out ux is equal to vy, if I try to correlate with this, whatever the expression we have, with the Cauchy-Riemann equations, then we find that this case it is valid because uy is 0, vx is 0. So, this is okay, but these things is not okay except the fact that if x and y follow certain rules. So, from this equation we find that x is equal to 3 by 2 y square. That means it is not true for the entire case, only true when x and y follow some relationship. Now, if I plot this relationship x and y, I should have some kind of say parabola like this. So, if I have a parabola like this where these points are following the rule followed by this equation, then what happened? That only over these points the function is analytic. So, that means there is a restriction over this function. This restriction is, I should not say the function is analytic, I must say that over this point where this relationship is valid, the function is have some kind of derivative. But if I say this function is whether analytic or not, I must say that it is not analytic, because at that point the function has some derivative because it is over this line, say, and now if I have a domain over that, and apart from this line, if I try to find out at this point which is slightly shifted from the first one, whether we should have the derivative of this function or not, then we should not have, because in that case this equation is not going to be valid. So, that means the basic condition, the function to be analytic, is not valid here. And what is the basic condition? If you remember, during the definition I mentioned that the function fz will be analytic at point z and also some neighborhood of z. Here it is analytic, then in some neighborhood of this point also the function has to be here the function has some derivative, and over this region which is the neighborhood of z, the function should also have some derivative. So, that means in this region, overall region, the function should have the derivative. In that case it is not the case, because here we have a derivative, but if I go to some other point it is not having any kind of derivative. So, that means the function critically is not an analytic function, rather I should say it should have a derivative over this line. So, more examples, this is a critical examples where we have a relationship. We can have more examples like fx, say x square plus 3y. It is a similar kind of 3yi. It is a similar kind of equation, and you can do that in the same way. For example, if I do u is x square, I am doing the similar kind of example so that you can understand what is basically ux is equal to 2y and vy is equal to 3. Here uy is equal to 0 and vx is equal to 0. So, again this condition is satisfied, but this condition is not satisfied except the fact the critical value x equal to 3 by 2. So, that means a particular point maybe this function has some derivative, and if I want to find out whether this is true for other point except x equal to 3 by 2, we will find that it is not. So, that means this function also is not an analytic function in general. Okay. after having these two examples, so let me proceed with the next thing. I believe you student now understand what is the meaning of analytic function. The analytic function is a function which has some derivative in some point. I am repeating once again, and it should have also the derivative in the neighborhood of that point. And now another important thing is in your hand, that is the Cauchy-Riemann equation. So every time a function is given to you, you just apply the Cauchy-Riemann equation and try to find out whether this equation is satisfied or not. If it is satisfied, then you can say it is an analytic function, and so on. Now regarding this Cauchy-Riemann equation, let me write it once again. So fz is equal to u function of xy plus I v function of xy. This is the standard form of a function. In this way I can write, and the CR equation suggests that ux is equal to vy and uy is equal to minus of vx. These two things is with me. If I write it in just this del notation, it should be something like this. So let me write it. This. Now if I make a derivative, both side with respect to x, in the right hand side I should have this quantity. In that case also, if I do the same thing, but here instead of having a derivative x, I make a derivative with respect to y once again in the left hand side. The right hand side I should have now since these two variables are not depend on each other, linear independent rather, so I should write this condition. And so once I write this condition, from this equation I have a very interesting expression which is this. This is a special kind of equation, or I believe you are aware of this sign. U is such a function that you should have del square u is equal to 0. It essentially means that u is a harmonic function. So u harmonic function. If u and v is given to you, and if you want to find out what is the nature of u, you will find that nature of the u is such that it is following a very nice expression, and from this expression you can readily see that u is a harmonic function. So no doubt about that. What about the b? U is harmonic function, so what about the v? If you do that, I believe you can do that by yourself. Ux is del u del x is del v del y, del u del y is minus of del v del x. That two equations, separate equation I have. In order to find out what is the form, what is the differential form of v only, to separate out this coupled thing, I can do the similar thing here, that we did for u, quite trivial. And from these two equation again I can write that d2v dx square plus d2v dy square is equal to 0. Again v is also an harmonic function. So, u is a harmonic function and also v is also a harmonic function. So, Cauchy-Riemann equation suggests that whatever the uv you have, u and v should follow the expression like this: delta square phi is equal to 0, where phi is u or v. Okay, so after having this small calculation and all these things, now we try to exploit this more and try to figure out if u or v is given to u, then it is possible to find out the other conjugate so that the entire function should be analytic. So, let me give you one problem. So, I have already have one problem. The problem is u is given to u, which is a function of u x y, exercise 1, where it is given like x square, let me write it, minus 3x y square minus 5y. Now, if u is given to u like this way, just a functional form. Now, the next thing is that you are asked to find out what should be the v for this u, so that you will have u plus iv, a form which is analytic in nature. The problem is that. So, u is given to you, you need to find out from u, because your function, total function is u plus iv, u is given to you, you need to find out what is your fz so that the function is analytic. That means eventually you need to use the Cauchy-Riemann equation to find out what is your v. So, let me do that, then maybe you can understand how the things is going on. So, let me first find out what is your ux. Ux is the partial derivative of this quantity. So, that means 2 of x square minus 3y square. Now, this quantity ux, if the function fz is analytic, should be equal to v of y. Now, if I write v from this equation, v of y is the partial derivative with respect to y. So, that means v, if I try to find out, should be the integration of this quantity. So, it will be just 2x square y, because x will behave like a constant here, and this quantity is minus of 3. If I want to make the derivative, the integration, then 1 3 will come, y cube I am having. When I am making the integration, you should remember that I am integrating with making y, making x as a constant here. So, x here is a constant, and since I am using x as a constant, like making the partial derivative with respect to x, when I do that, when we do the partial derivative with respect to x, what we will do, that we make y as a constant. Here I am doing the opposite thing, vy is given, which is the partial derivative with respect to x. I am integrating it to find out what is my v. When I am integrating it, my x should be constant. So, I am doing the same thing here. So, when I am doing this, I will have these things. So, I should put another function of gx as, I should put another gx function gx as a constant, because as I mentioned this, and also I can put one c here, so that I can say my general form of V is something like this. Now, once I have this, also the Cauchy-Riemann equation gives me another expression. So, another expression is Uy. Uy is the partial derivative of this quantity with respect to y. So, that gives me something like, if I do the derivative here, so it will be minus of 6 x y minus 5, this quantity, which is this quantity is equal to minus of Vx. This quantity is minus of Vx. So, that means Vx, I know this quantity. So, Vx is my 6 xy plus 5. From here I already have my V. So, my V is 2 of x square y minus y cube plus g of x plus c. Now, if I compare these things and these things, I need to make it. So, if I make a derivative, of this quantity, then I should have Vx, and Vx should be something like, if I make a derivative with respect to x, it should be 4 xy. This is a function of y. So, I am making a derivative. So, this quantity is not be there, plus g prime x. Okay. So, I will have this quantity and this quantity, which is supposed to be the same. The goal is to find out gx, because I already find what is my v here. So, v is an expression where I have some unknown quantity gx and some constant, arbitrary constant c, but this function of g I need to calculate, and when I try to calculate this, I need to use the equation, another set of equations. So, let me go back once again and check whether everything is correct or not. So, my original function is given x square plus minus 3 x y square minus 5 y. So, ux is the derivative of this quantity with respect to x. When I do that, okay, here I am making one mistake, it should be 3 x square. When I am making the derivative, in hurry I am making some mistake. So, 3 x square minus 3 y square. Let me check whether any other mistakes are there or not, otherwise we will get a different answer. So, it will be Vy, because the Cauchy-Riemann equation suggests it will be Vy. So, V should be equal to the integration of this quantity. So, integration of this quantity gives, this quantity should be changed by 3. Another thing, I hope other things are okay. So, it will be y cube divided by 3, and because of the integration I will have gx plus c. So, uy, again I can do the same thing with respect to y, I can derivative. When I make a derivative with respect to y, first term will not be there, second term will be 6 of xy minus 5, which is equal to minus of vx. So, vx is this quantity, v, here I have 3 here. So, essentially when I make a v, this should be 6 xy. Okay, now seems to be fine. So, now if I compare these two things, then I should have 6 of xy plus 5 is equal to 6 of xy plus g prime x. This equation I have right now. So, if I write, so g prime x is 5. So, what is my g? Gx is my 5x. So, that is my goal. I need to, as I mentioned, I need to find out what is the function here, what should be the function here because this g is I need to put a function of x, because when I am integrating to find out my total v, I consider x as my constant. So, I need to put this function here with some arbitrary constant c, and using the another equation I should have this equation where my g is given. So, g I can find out. Now, if I put it here, then the total expression is complete. So, my v finally, v of x y finally comes out to be 3 x square y minus y cube. G x now I figure out. So, it is 5 of x plus c, and u is already given. U is already given. So, u and v I figure out separately. So, the entire function which is analytic for the given u should be something like x s cube minus 3 x y minus 5 y plus, say I can put this c here, plus c plus, or c is a constant. So, you can put this in the real part or in the imaginary part, that does not matter. So, right now since c is with v, so let me write it in this way only, plus I 3 x square y minus y cube plus 5 x plus c. So, my f z, the complete f z I figure out, which is u plus I v, and this u is given to me. I was asked to find out what should be the corresponding v, so that the entire function should be analytic, and I figure it out, and it comes to be something like that. Now, another thing from that whether this whatever the u is given is a harmonic or not, because harmonic, as I mentioned, that u, if the function is analytic and following the Cauchy-Riemann equation, then whatever the u I am getting should be harmonic in nature. So, that means u x is again 3 x square minus 3 y square, u x x is 6 x, this quantity, u y is how much? U y is minus of 6 x y minus 5, u y y is, this is constant. So, it will be minus of 6 of x. So, from here and here I can write that u x x plus u y y is equal to 0. That means, u, the function that is given to me, is harmonic in nature. Now, if this is analytic, then v is also, v should also harmonic, and you can take it as an homework to figure out whether this v, whatever the v I am figure. So, let me do that. Why? So, v here is 3 x square y minus y cube plus 5 x plus c. So, v x is the derivative with respect to x. So, it is 6 x y plus 5, v x x is 6 of y, v y is 3 x square minus 3 y square, v y y is minus 6 y. So, v x x is 6 y, v y y is minus 6 y. So, v x plus v y y is equal to 0. So, v is also harmonic. Just to show that whatever the function is generated through this Cauchy-Riemann equation is also following the fact that they are harmonic to each other. Well, at that point I would like to stop this class. I would like to finish here. In the next class, we will go forward with this and try to find out few other important aspects of analytic function, and also figure out in polar coordinate how this form will look like. So far we are dealing with the Cartesian coordinate, and in Cartesian coordinate the CR equation looks something. So in the next class maybe we will try to find out in the polar coordinate how it will look like, and few other important things also. With that note, so let me conclude here. Thank you for your attention.